Hi, I'm Maddie Hockaday, also known as the Anne of this relationship.
And I'm Holly Constant, the Leslie.
We love Parks and Rec. We love behind the scenes.
And we love each other. This is literally the best Parks and Recreation rewatch show.
We're your park pals.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Welcome everyone to Park Pals.
Great to have you here with us today. Got something special.
God. Oh my God.
Well, I think, Holly, we've been spoiled, which I think in turn has been spoiling our wonderful listeners with some great guests.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, please send a shout out to Holly whenever you get a chance for putting the time into getting these people, because she has been tirelessly getting everybody's schedules together and making sure we can all meet and everything working. And this week we have a very special person. I think this is a person that's been in the most episodes, because I think Mr. Perd Hapley was in 9.
Oh, he was in 30.
He was in 30? Perd Hapley? Oh, yeah. Cut that out. I apparently don't know my shit.
No, I'm not cutting it out. We're authentic here. I'm sure so many other people think the same thing.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I thought that.
No, I think it's maybe Jim, because Jim was in 9, I think.
Oh, you're right. That's what it was. And we did.
But Perd was in
Jim
30
week.
or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this
But this dude has been in 15 or 16, so he's been in a lot as well.
Yes. So go ahead, Miss Holly, and tell us who we have today.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so today we have Councilman Bill Dexhart, aka, well, I guess I should say that the other way around. We have Kevin Symons, aka Councilman Bill Dexhart, which
Sexy Dexy,
which we do talk about. That his first name is Bill, which I think that's in the first, maybe second episode of that he was in. But I never would have remembered that his name was Bill unless I was on this podcast, actually listening to every single word, because we always call him Dexhart. So
yeah, very true.
But yeah, so we talk about a bunch of stuff. I guess just to preface it a little bit, we do talk about Patton Oswalt, we do mention, I think we did a pretty good job of saying who each person was as we were talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
But Patton was the one who was in Ted Party, and he did the Star Wars moment, which Jay talked about him a lot as well when we did that. Oh, side note, if you haven't already, go back and listen to Jay Jackson, Perd Hapley's episode that we did, which is number one, incredible to say go back and listen to when we talked to fucking Jay Jackson. What is our life?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But anyway, no. So, but also don't do that yet. Listen to Kevin, because he's great. And he gave us so many great little nuggets. We talked and asked so many questions, and he was so willing to talk about this. So you could tell that he's very passionate about what he does. And we were so excited to get to ask all of our fangirl questions of the cast and the crew and who he worked with, and just got so many cool stories. I played a lot of things for him, my voice memo. I'm so glad that I did that. He seemed very open to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of deleted scenes. I do have to remind you guys, go to Peacock and watch the producer's cuts. Please, please, please do that, because it is so good. And if you are so interested in the deleted scenes and what some storylines are that might have gotten cut that maybe didn't make sense. I mean, they did a great job of making it make sense with the cut things, but these are just excellent little nuggets that they put in.
Yeah.
So, and he had quite a few, cut scenes, but yeah, so exciting. And go follow him on all the things. And I'm just very grateful to him and honored that he was giving us so much time.
Yeah, still a little starstruck.
Yeah, and I mean, he was just such a cool dude, though. He just was able to have a regular old conversation with us, and he's his voice. I didn't quite mention it, I feel, but he definitely puts on a councilman, businessman, cadence in parks, which is so amazing. But his voice is naturally like that. But I really loved talking to him as Kevin, and then watching him as Dexhart, because it's so it melds so well together. But he's obviously not Dexhart. He's not sleeping with people in caves. Well, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe him and his wife have a moment. I don't know. But anyways, well, thank you, Kevin, for being here. And I hope you guys enjoy. Maddie, is there anything else that you would like to say?
No, I think just sit back and enjoy the behind the scenes stuff because it's great.
Yes. And don't forget to like and share and all that good stuff. And we hope you have a wonderful week. And please enjoy Kevin Symons.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Hey, Kevin. Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, perfect.
Hey.
How's it going, friend?
Wow. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Got my blue snowball microphone here.
Love it. Thank you so much for having that.
You got the real deal. I got to get me one of them.
Oh my God. Well, this is a mic from college that I just repurposed for this podcast because I was like, why am I going? Because I had a USB one. I love the Audio Tech ones. And I've heard good things about the blue one. But then I had this from college and I was like, why am I not using this? But it's because I didn't have an interface. So I was like,
I'm going to put your sound up, but you can hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, totally.
See me okay?
Yes.
Hi, Holly.
Hi, Kevin. This is Maddie, by the way.
Where are you, Maddie?
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Hi. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put you both so I can see you both at the same time.
Yeah, put it on gallery mode or whatever the hell it is. I can't remember.
I tell you. You'd think after the entire pandemic, I would have this down by now.
There's always something new to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I am so zoomed out. I can't even tell you. We've done so much Zooming over the past year. I'm like, no, I got to get back into a theater. I got to get back into, a concert.
Totally. So. Maddie was a teacher during the pandemic a little bit too. So she is very well aware.
Over it.
Now, let me see if I got this straight. One of you is in Nashville,
That's me.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
And one of you is in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yes, that is me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where? Are you roasting like I am right now? I am literally, it's like a hot box here.
Yeah, so
LA.
I'm in Prescott, Arizona, which is in the mountains, but last week we got smacked with like Phoenix heat. So it was about 111 one day.
I was born in Phoenix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I do normally like heat, but this is kind of ridiculous today. It's just crazy. But anyway.
Yeah.
If I start to pass out or if I start to sweat, just go, Kevin.
Hello, wake up, sir. Well, wait,
Hi, kids.
Oh, did you do? Oh, are you also from Illinois too? What is your IMDb says Highland Park too? What's that about?
My IMDb is written by a wonderful person. I have no idea. Oh, my IMDb?
Yes.
Or my Wikipedia?
No, IMDb. It says Highland Park.
IMDb. No, I'm not from. I'm from. I live in Eagle Rock, which is right near Highland Park. Yes, but no, I am not. I was born in Arizona, but I've been in LA for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Grew up in the Central Valley of California, and then moved down here to go to college, and just stayed.
Yeah.
Just started working, and just stayed.
Was acting always what you studied?
Yeah. I mean, I did. I went to college, Cal State Fullerton, got my degree in theater. I was an acting. My emphasis was acting.
Yeah.
And graduated from there, moved into LA. And I was doing everything in college, and I moved to LA and didn't get a job for a year. And that was like, oh my God. But I did get a job.
Well, a year is a short time, I feel, honestly.
It's a short time. And in between jobs, I did what so many guys do or actors do. I was bartending, waiting tables. And then I fortunately had this great place I was working at that if I booked a job, they were like, great, go, go, we'll see you when you're done. So I could go do regional theater, or I could go do, a movie or whatever. And, but just slowly, it started mostly in theater, and then slowly it kind of, I get some co-star parts, and then finally some guest star, and then recurring, and then,
and now you're here.
And all that. Yeah. And here I am.
The end goal was always
this is the highlight. This is why I did all that work for 30 years.
Yes, exactly.
You are now at the podcast
with
world.
Park pals. Not park enemies, it's park pals.
Yes.
That's right.
Therapy thrown in. I've been listening to you guys.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I just last week listened to Jay Jackson. Great guy.
Oh my gosh, wasn't that so fun? He's the best.
I've seen him sing and perform a few times, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I
awesome.
see him posting all the stuff, all his concerts and everything that he does.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for him. That's
Well,
amazing.
after talking to him, you're going to be real disappointed with me because he does
No.
500 million things.
Oh my gosh. No. We're very excited to talk to you.
Yes.
But also Jay is like an enigma, man. Like I have no idea how he does literally every single thing.
Literally.
And he's like bored, I feel almost, because he's like, I'm not even bored. It's just like he loves learning is the thing.
Well, what
You
he
know
said
I mean?
was true, which is I had my career as a broadcaster, as a news reporter, and now I got money in the bank and I can do what I want to do now, which is
right.
kind of the ultimate
Totally.
goal, isn't it, for all of us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
amazing. Oh my gosh,
But
I love
it's interesting
that.
because he came from that end and I came from the acting world because he was like, oh, I don't know anything about this acting world. And I'm like, that's all I've done for the past 30 years.
Right, let me show you a little bit. Well, speaking of which, okay, so my first question for everybody is obviously, if you've been listening, you know, how did you come to Parks and Rec? Was it through your agent or what was it through?
Through my
Did
agent?
you get an EcoCast on Actors Access?
Oh, God, no. EcoCast was not even
I know, I was going to say that. Like, is that even a thing?
In fact, I'm in my living room today because my office where I normally do my cameos and stuff is so filled with equipment right now because of the self-tapes and all this stuff. There's lights and sticks.
That's what that is. I've
There
got
you
lights
go.
up here.
Yes, my agent called and I had an audition for this. I went into the casting director's office, did my scene. It was from Practice State. It was the press conference. It was the in the caves with in Brazil and all that. So it was that whole speech. It was just me doing the speech, and the wonderful casting director said that was hilarious, and they sent it off to the powers that be. And then a couple of days later, I got a call back, what they call a producer's session. And I was in the waiting room for that at Radford, which I know Jay told you is where we used to shoot, CBS Radford. And I was there and waiting to go in. And I'm looking at, which is always deadly for an actor, I'm looking at my competition.
I know.
And there's like name, I was like, oh my God, this guy's had a series. This guy works all the time. It was like name actors. I'm like, there's no way. Or it wasn't that bad. So I thought, well, what the hell? So I go in and it was, let me see if I remember who was in the, Mike was in the room.
Okay.
So was Alex Hardcastle, who directed my first episode.
Yes.
They were in there. And I did the speech and they were laughing a lot. But I walked out of there and thought, that went really, really well. But here's another actor as I'm walking out that's going in after me that's had at least 10 series. And I thought, well, I did my best. And I got the role.
Yeah.
And I think I know why I got the role. This is my own little theory. It was one line that I interpreted very differently because I thought it was really funny and I thought it was really different. And that is, I was making love to a beautiful woman and her boyfriend and the third person whose name I never learned. As if to say, if I didn't know the name, then I shouldn't be held accountable for this.
Oh, right. It's not my fault that I slept with that person.
Yeah.
Right. And that's when Dean and Alex were like, blah, that's hilarious. So
Yeah.
I think that might have been a little extra something. I don't know. I never talked to Dean about if it was, but I always kind of thought it was because
Yeah.
it's kind of a.
That's amazing. Well, and also, I mean, I feel like they're really good at trying to pick people that are to build out this town. And I feel like if there was like a series regular that could have been recognized maybe on something else, like it just would have taken you out of it.
I also
you know,
think-
just a
Because they at the time, I don't know if they even knew I was coming back, but I think there is an element of that, and also it could have been a money situation. If they were working with somebody who was established, they might have had to pay them more. And I
True,
know,
I didn't think about
this
that.
was at the beginning of season 2, so they might have still been trying to hold on. I don't know. I have no idea. I have not. These comments are not confirmed by Michael Score Incorporated.
Oh, right, exactly. They're not part of the Sherverse.
It is. And it couldn't happen.
my gosh.
A nicer guy, there isn't one. He really is.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Who
so
else
anyway.
so it was Dean. It was Dean, as in Dean Holland, the editor guy and producer.
Yeah, I worked with Dean to skip ahead, I worked with Dean a lot.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
Kevin, can I please tell you, he is on like my short list. I need to talk to him eventually. He's so busy.
Great guy. I mean, look, guys, I wish I could give you some scuttlebutt, but everybody on that show was phenomenal. I mean, just amazing. But anyway, going back, so I got the one. It was a one and done. It was just a one-time guest star. I went and did it at Radford, and it was in front of some office building. And it was getting great reaction. And then a few weeks later, I get a call from my agent saying they want to bring you back for Christmas Scandal. And I get the script and I go, oh, crap. This is huge. This is like a
big episode.
Role. Yeah.
Yes.
It's huge. So I was very, very thrilled, to say the least. A, to get asked back, and B, to have this incredible guest star with such funny writing, which is across the board, by the way. And Jay said the same thing. Unbelievable writers on this show. Unbelievable.
So good. Oh my gosh. So smart and fast.
Yeah. And the interesting thing was we watched season 1 and I liked it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to love it. Season.
Right.
It knew what it kind of wanted to be. But I think, not because I was on season 2, but I think season 2, they really started to find those defined characters.
Yes.
Because season 1 was kind of like, almost like a half season.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And also, like, on the DVDs, it was like Tom was there, Leslie and Ann. There was like those 3 were the main characters. But then in season 2, we start getting more of an ensemble to come with it, I feel. And that is really what builds not only the Parks Department, but the whole Pawnee community. You know what I mean? And then you're a big part of that as well. And then having all these other townspeople that just come back to create this, it's like, it's phenomenal the way that it grew into this.
And I didn't think about that at the time. I thought, well, I thought I was just one and done, but to facilitate the storyline of them trying to find out dirt about each other, which was set off from me, and that was the episode, that was the episode at the very end where I got my catchphrase, which is, "I have no plans to resign." That's the very first episode. Right. So
that's amazing.
So anyway, so I go back to do this other episode. I get to go to the table read, which is a huge thing.
Big deal.
Oh, big deal. And
with Amy effing Poehler, that's where most of your scenes were with, or who most of your scenes were with. It blows my mind.
Well, let me just talk about Amy Poehler for a minute, because I cannot say enough about. She set the tone on that show. I'm sure you've heard this from everyone. She set the tone on that show, and it was I call it a family. It was like a family. Whenever I go back, whatever season it was, I was welcomed. We were goofing around. That woman is, I mean, the entire cast was great, but the tone was set with Amy. She set up that tone, and that is very rare on shows. I've had a couple of other experiences with that. But Amy really set a positive, great, fun tone, and it showed. And everyone, that's why you got people's best work.
Yeah,
it was so collaborative. I'll tell you stories about the improv stuff, which is just unbelievable. But so I did.
Yeah, she talks about that in her book too, where how Mike Schur, when they were on SNL together, he said, it's either Amy Poehler or bust, and like he's not going to do the show without her. And then she just continues on to say that it was the best role ever written for her, because it was also so similar to her personality as Amy Poehler too. Like Leslie andAmy are very interchangeable in some regards.
Yeah,
which is amazing. So
she is kind, she's giving, she's wonderful. She
does
credit.
Everything on that show. Produces, directs, acts, really everything.
Yeah. Anyway, so I got back. So I was back and doing this scene in the restaurant with Amy, and I was letter, comma, perfect on my script. I knew every line. In fact, at one point when we'd been shooting for a couple of days, Nick and Paul Schneider, who actually was on the first 2 seasons, who I worked with in season 2. They were like, so we hear you're like, Nick is like, well, so we hear you're like really exceptional. You know every line and doing a really great job. Well done, sir. Whatever. I guess
right.
Told him so.
Paul Schneider is Mark, by the way, for the listener.
That's right. Was Mark right in the first? That's right. Anyway, that was nice to hear.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh my God, Nick Offerman telling you that you're like on your game.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
What
yeah.
a dream.
But it's great because when we did the scene in the restaurant, what they used to do in the first couple of seasons, they didn't really continue on with this. What they used to do is they used to hide the cameras. Like they'd put them behind some blinds, or they'd have one camera that was hiding behind a big plant in the restaurant and in the apartment when we were doing Christmas Scandal. So you couldn't really see the cameras, which made it really like eavesdropping. It was really cool for actors to just kind of do a scene with another person and not like, you know, you couldn't really see the crew. There was crew around, but it was really kind of cool. They didn't continue on with that, but it was really, really awesome.
Oh yeah, like all those spy shots, like you wouldn't have done. I don't feel like you would have done the same thing with seeing the camera. You know, it's a whole other vibe. That's wild.
Yeah. And that's how I first worked with Randall Einhorn, who directed that episode. Maddie, yes. And Randall
lifted her hands up.
Randall ended up. Randall's a good friend, and Randall ended up. We have worked together a bunch of times. In fact, I had a 2.5-year campaign for Chevrolet. It was called Under the Blue Arch, and it was 6 people that work at a dealership, and they were little they were little, 30-second sitcoms.
Yeah.
About, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And we did over 200 of them, and they were written by comedy writers, and they were all directed by Randall because they wanted the look of The Office and Parks and Rec for these spots. Yeah. So I got to work with him in over 200 commercials, and then I did his series. Whoa. He had a series Wilfred, which I guest starred on.
Yes, I didn't know that was Randall. Oh my God, of course.
Randall created it. Show. Yeah, that's the show. Yeah,
of course.
So
that's amazing.
That is amazing that I just happened to luck out and do my second episode of that show with Randall, and then he. When you get somebody who believes in you and will bring you back because they know you can do what they need you to do, that's a really great feeling. So
and who's on your team and who wants you to succeed and like sees the success that you could bring to the show. It's just like one person, like you said. Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, that's like Amy. Look, when somebody shines, when somebody's great, whether they're a lead or not, the better they are, the better the show is. And Amy and Michael always was on the show and how good it could be.
Yeah, seeing that potential. Yeah. Where was that diner? Like, where did you? Was that at Radford too?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I was racking my brain today to wonder. I know where it is, but for the life of me, I can't remember. It was in the valley, in the deep valley on. Okay. I think it was on Riverside Drive.
Okay.
I'll have to
because it comes back.
They use it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going through most of the episodes this morning too, and Jam and Amy Poehler have a moment there as well, and I was like, "Where is that diner?" I tried googling it, but I couldn't find it, so I'll have to do some more research on that.
I think I may actually have my call sheet from Christmas Scandal.
Wow.
I will get the name for you.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Actually, awesome. I actually have one of them. I was pulling one up today. This is from what ended up being Second Chunks, which the original name was Pie in the Sky. Actually, I'm sure you may know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep, and this was written by Amy and Michael, and we'll get to this a little later on because Amy wrote this and a new Scandal for Dexhart, which I'll always be indebted to her for that too. Like
that is amazing. Well, okay, because there was a couple episodes where you're just kind of in the background. This is obviously when Leslie is now in the city council, and so I was going to ask, like, how did you feel about being behind the scenes? Because you didn't, or did they cut a lot as well? Like, what kind of were those? Yes,
they did.
Like?
In fact, I was in another episode called "Are You Better Off?" And our scene is actually in the deleted scenes. At the end, it was just a scene around the table with the council people, and Amy's like ringing a bell because she changed her 200th law or something. I forget, but it was a scene with us and Jam and Hauser. Right. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of funky because I had this huge guest star in season 2, and then never heard from them for 3 seasons. And I thought,
I was going to ask.
I had a good run. And then, but the thing is that my wife and I loved the show so much. We were addicted to it. So we're watching every week. And when the cliffhanger was that she got elected to the city council, I went, oh, I wonder. And sure shooting, that's when I did, tons of them. And it didn't matter. I mean, they were great. I always got guest star billing. I always got,
That's amazing.
The same pay I'd made. And no matter if I had a line, didn't have a line, was in the background, they gave me a lot of great looks. Like when they did, what was it, Article 2, and the outdated
Ted Party
laws was that women have to menstruate in the bathtub, and it was kind of like, They would just cut to me. Anything that was kind of remotely half sexual or a little bit off, it would always cut to Dexhart, which was great.
Yes, because you were reacting to all of that. That's amazing. I was going to ask, too, in this, in Christmas Scandal, and I think in a couple of them, you're on the front of a tabloid, and they actually call you Sexy Dexy.
Yeah. There's a postcard of that some fan sent me.
No way.
In like some memorabilia store, and he's like, I got a couple of them. Here's one for you. I was like, what the what? And it's just me. I have it on my desk. I should have brought it, but it's just me with the cover of the Sexy Dexy.
Did they send it to you like via mail? Or
What's that?
How did they send it to you?
They mailed it to me. Said, hey, I got this for you. Would you mind signing an autograph? And I was like, sure, absolutely. Yeah, they usually send it. I get a lot of those sent to my agents or managers, for people who.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Parks and Rec fans and The Office fans, we're here with you, man. We are just here.
And I want to let me tell you, and I know Jay touched on this too. What's amazing is that the show it's bigger than it ever was. I mean, because of Netflix, really Netflix, and now Peacock, but because of Netflix, it found a whole new generation of audiences, I think, because people that didn't see it the first time and had heard it was the best show on TV. Entertainment Weekly once said it's the best show on TV that hardly anybody's watching. In fact, I'll never forget when I did Christmas Scandal, I was so happy, and then I started reading this stuff about the top 4 shows or the 4 shows that are going to be canceled before they even finish their second season, and right there, number 2 is Parks and Recreation.
No.
A great show that nobody's watching and probably is going to get cut. And I was in New York, and I ran into a buddy of mine, and he said, how you doing? I said, well, I just shot this great guest star on Parks and Rec. He said, that's a great show. I said, I know, but I hear it's going to get canceled. He's like, you know what? Calm down. It's not going to get canceled until it gets canceled. Because I was like, my episode won't air.
All that work for nothing.
But then again, it caught an audience. They really found the heart in the characters. They identified all the characters very strongly. The writing just kept getting better throughout the entire show, I think. And it did not get chopped away, and thank God for all of us.
Seriously. No, we are finding that in our research too. Maddie and I have been looking into the Wikipedia pages or the Parks Wiki. There's a whole other thing where the ratings and the viewership and stuff and all those numbers. And yeah, the first and second season, most of the second season were not rated very highly. I think the best one that we've gotten to was maybe the 5th episode of the second one. And that was all, but again, it's all critics and what critics say, and it's not about the fans. So we're learning that doesn't really matter, but it matters. The executives are making this decision that doesn't always.
But it's funny that later on, then the critics loved it, and it was always written about that it's one of the best shows that not as many people are watching that should be watching it, and then Netflix comes along after the thing's done, and it becomes massive, and then Peacock now. But like I said. I cannot even tell you. And I played Dexhart. I mean, I was only on 14, 15 episodes, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. But I have been, especially before the pandemic, when we were all wearing masks. Nobody could recognize anybody. But not a day went by without being, Trader Joe, a grocery store, the post office, whatever. Excuse me, are you at the gym? And then what really got surreal was when it started playing in Europe, and we were in Ireland and Scotland a couple of years ago, and people there, it was unbelievable, coming up to me all the time. Incredible. Wow. I mean, just incredible how many people and they're like, oh yeah, I'm on my 10th watching the whole thing 10 times. Yeah. There's other people like 10 times. That's like wussy. I'm on my 24th.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
How dare they? Only 10 times.
It's got a lot of heart. And it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Do you find that people think that you are Dexhart? Like, are they treating you this way, or are they more so just excited?
They're really excited.
Okay.
They just are they're just really excited. They'll come up and I'm picking corn from the bin, and they're, excuse me, I don't mean to, you
right.
so great on that. Was it great work? Yes, it was amazing. And it's so great. Anyway, so nice to hear it. And it's funny because people don't want autographs much anymore. They want selfies is kind of what everybody wants, the selfie now. So that's very, very sweet. And
do you do that? Because I feel like it might be like invasive after a while to be like, oh God, do I have to
look, it's when they stop asking that I start to worry.
Yeah,
I'm actually not kidding. It's part of the business, but I'm not Tom Hanks. I can walk around and I'll get somebody going, hey, Dexhart, or
right.
Or actually, the best was, there was somebody I was working out at the Y here, and every time I'd walk in, the woman that would check the cards, I'd walk in, she'd always go, Councilman. Councilman. How are you, Councilman?
That's awesome.
Every time I went in.
That is amazing. Well, and speaking of calling you Councilman, I think I was rewatching the first episode, and they said Bill Dexhart, and I was like, oh my God, is his first name Bill?
Bill.
So they always call you Dexhart.
Bill. Yeah, Bill. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. Again, back to Amy. Being so generous with giving other people a spotlight. I think Jay told you about the fun runs. You probably know about the fun runs. And it would always be that we would, the scene as written several times, and then they would kind of loosen it up a little bit. And then the last one was the fun run, which was completely improvised. And I would sit there. I would sit there because I went to Improv Olympic. I studied.
Oh my gosh, me too. Iowa West or in Chicago?
West. Me
too.
Oh, you did?
R.I.P. Yes, I did. For a brief stint. I was there. I took classes there and did shows for like 2 years, maybe. Never on a house team or anything like that. But yeah, I love Iowa West.
Did them, and that's where Amy started, as you know. And then in Chicago, and then she broke up and started Upright. And so improv. So I was sitting there. I'd done Improv Olympic, but I'm like, I'd watched John Glazer and Amy going at it in the chambers. It was like, I'd get one or two lines in, and I sat back. I mean, I'm just going to watch this volleyball, thing back and forth. It's unbelievable how quick and how fast Pratt too. Unbelievable. But
that's insane.
Yeah. So, but in terms of Amy being collaborative, there's a scene where we're around the table talking about voting rules and all this sort of thing. I forget which episode it was. Anyway, we're talking about, and at one point, Hauser agrees with Leslie, and she goes, "Oh wow!" and she spills the coffee all Hauser, and I was just so happy that you agreed with me. So I
just get really excited when you like me. Is her line?
I guess I really like exactly. So we did a take, and we're really excited when you like me. And there was this dead spot, and I said, Leslie, you can spill coffee in my lap anytime. You can spill coffee in my lap. And she said, oh my God, that is hilarious. She brings the writer over. She says, let's add this to the scene. They ended up cutting it because they cut a lot of the improv stuff, but we filmed it a couple of times where I say, you can spill coffee in my lap. And she said, not now, Bill. All right, Leslie.
That is so good.
Now. So she said,
oh my God.
Bill, right? Isn't your first name Bill? Yeah, Bill Dexhart.
Right. Oh
that's
my
great.
God, that's amazing. Maddie, did you have something you were going to say? I'm sorry.
No, that was just very encouraged. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Maddie.
Oh, no, you're good. You keep going.
You have a glowing light behind you that makes you almost look
ethereal.
It's nice. I like it.
It's that lovely time of day when I can't get the sun out of my apartment if I try a million different things. And so it's going to get hot in the apartment.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I bet. That's what Dexhart would say. Yeah, exactly. But in terms of improving, there was quite a bit. And again, not a lot of it was kept because the writing was so good. But once in a while, you get a nugget. I added at the end of when she says, "You know what, Councilman, you're a class act," and I went, "Thank you."
Right, like
Because
you're
he's
actually
thinking, like,
taking that as
yeah,
a compliment.
I really am. You know, it's just
Exactly.
nothing phases him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, you play it so well where it's like everything you respond to is so genuine. Like I truly believe you're saying that about me. And like he really doesn't see that all the stuff he's doing is that bad.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
The way you
and
play it
the
is
more
just so
outrageous he
great.
gets, the more popular he gets. He keeps getting reelected. You can't run against this guy because he'll always get reelected.
Yep.
He's walking down the hallway and says, "You know, Leslie, sweet drugs." And she's like, "He's kind of cute."
I could fix him.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Shauna, no.
Actually, there was another improv moment that they didn't use. I wish they had, where she goes, I said, "Sweet drugs." She goes, "Hi, Billy."
Oh my God, Billy.
Hi, Billy. And Liz
Yes.
like, "Oh no, come on." She's like, "Well, he's kind of cute. I think I can help. I think I can save him. You know,
Yeah.
I can change him."
That worked out so well because that is right around the time when Shauna starts getting very like needy and kind of like she's a little bit crazy, kind of,
Totally.
just very insecure about herself. So
Yeah.
with that evolvement, because she didn't start like that. I mean, she did a little bit, I guess, when she sleeps with Mark, but like, you know, it wasn't real. I didn't take that as like her insecurity level that she gets to be almost like when she gets to Galentine's Day. We're like, okay,
Yes.
So you guys reacting together, that must have been so fun.
But he
Oh my
just
God.
does it. But he just does it so matter of fact. Like, this is what you do in the hallway. It's just what you
Right.
do.
Right.
Exactly. Did you know that your first episode when we were researching it, Practice Date, that was based, your character Dexhart was based off of a real thing.
Mark Sanford.
A real Sanford. Yes.
Mark Sanford, right? Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right about that. I don't have his name pulled
the
up.
guy
but yeah.
the reason that the writers told me they wrote it because he was in all over the press. He's still in politics, by the way. He just disappeared. He just disappeared. Nobody.
And then
could
he was
find
going to run for. Sorry, go ahead.
No. His staff couldn't find him. His family couldn't find him. Nobody could find him. And he was with his mistress down in like Venezuela or so. I don't know where it was.
Yeah. It was somewhere in South America. I can't
So that's
remember.
why they had him, having sex, four-way sex in a cave in Brazil.
Right.
And saying you were working in houses, building houses for the homeless, when in fact you were in a cave having.
Exactly. And then he was going to run for 2020 president, but then he dropped out. And I think he was all supported by Trump and everything. But it was really fascinating to me because as we're learning and researching the show, we're learning, especially in season 1, but throughout the show for sure, it's all based on real things in the political world. And the fact is that bad people defeat good people all of the time, as Jen Barkley says.
Yes.
And so it's just really funny to have that satire of you coming in as the character and making light and fun about it,
Plus,
even though it's so true.
You can't make this stuff up.
Right.
No.
Why make it up when you can just turn on CNN and write something based on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially after certain
Incidents. I know. It's like, what do we?
Any
Yeah.
names.
Oh, okay.
We got
know
you.
where you're going.
No,
We feel you.
That's all good.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally interesting to me, too, when you were saying, like, he says everything so matter of fact. Did you have, like, any direction that they gave you, or did you kind of come in with this kind of, like, newscaster councilman voice? Like, was that something that you already decided when you got on set?
Yeah, I mean, I think yes. He's just very sure of himself.
Yeah.
He's very sure, and as he says, I'm very good. I'm very good. Do you want should we? I mean, people are thinking, you got nothing to lose.
Oh, right.
I'm very good. I really am.
Oh man.
Yeah, that whole cadence is so hilarious.
And we ended that whole ending because Randall was so, we would just push it as much as we could. And it got to the point where it was like, if I get out of here, all right, I'm leaving. I mean, this is it. The last chance. Go.
Right.
All right. If I walk in from the carpet onto this wood floor, I'm gone. I'm out. So
Oh my God.
take advantage now because
Yeah.
I love that I'm due at 2 different maternity wards.
I forgot
And then you have the
about
birthday
that.
for like all 8 of your kids and all the
That's
8
hilarious. I
Jim,
forgot.
because Jim's I keep in touch with Jim O'Hare too.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Jim's so awesome.
That's a big episode for him too.
It was, and I just love that. And I have no whose birthday. I have no idea. I've got so many kids with so many different women. I just have one
Get 'em all
birthday
out of
here,
the way.
and all the women are like,
Oh my God. The part where they're all staring daggers at you and then you wave at them is hilarious.
You know,
So
one of the
good.
things I get asked to do a lot on Cameo, which we can talk about later, but
Yeah.
you know, where they want the personal messages, they'll say, my wife or a friend of ours is having a baby. Do you have any fatherly advice? Advice about being a father? So
That's amazing.
I do a whole thing.
That is so. What do you say to that?
Oh, first of all, Cameo is amazing because you really get to get these messages. And now I'm on Memo. Have you heard about Memo?
No, that's new for me.
European and Canadian version of. So now I'm doing them for people in England and Wales. I did one for Wales the other day. It's crazy. But anyway,
that is crazy.
Most people want me to do it as Dexhart, which I normally do. I always say I'm Kevin Symons. You know, this is Bill Dexhart coming from my compound and outside of Pawnee. Some people also call me Kevin Symons, blah, blah. I go into something about that, but then I do it as a Dexhart. But they give me as much as they can, and I don't write anything down. I improv the entire thing for 3.5 minutes. And it's just, not only is it fun, it's great for my improv chops. And these people just eat it up. And the more they give me, you know, and they want, you know, I'll include the husband was my travel agent that booked my, you know, caves in Brazil. And, you know, one guy was my, you know, I want him to be my campaign manager. And, you know, it's just, just crazy stuff. And some of them are what they want are so funny. And it just gives me a chance to really go nuts. And I really love it. I've put a lot of them on my YouTube channel, the Kevin Symons channel, just so people can see them.
Yeah, see the kinds of things that you do and can request something else or something similar or whatever. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, and Cameo has really just it's just exploded. I mean, there's so many people on that now. And it's,
oh my gosh, everybody is on there. It's amazing. That's how I got Jay.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you said. Yeah.
That's literally how I got him. I messaged him and I was like, it's the best money I've ever spent in my life.
We're like, we can pay $5 for this. Yeah.
Exactly.
And he was so generous and kind where he just sent me his email and was like, oh yeah, just email me. Like, well, you don't need to do this.
For you guys, I'll knock off $2 for you.
Yeah.
Right.
For you guys.
Right. We need a discount, please.
Yes.
Well, so we talked about Jay. I want to talk about also you worked a lot with Joan Calamezzo or Mo Collins.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Especially in Christmas Scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember where that TV station was? Because I've been trying to look up where that is. Was that on like a soundstage?
It's at Radford. It's a soundstage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
And actually, when we're doing that and you see Anne off camera.
Yeah.
And I see you brought your girlfriend. She says, no, she's not my girlfriend. She's just a friend. The director of sitting right next to it, that's Randall Einhorn.
Actually. Oh my God.
Yeah, the guy with the beard and the white and the graying hair.
Of course.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Randall. Yeah.
Rewatching that literally.
Thank you for that
right
Easter
after this.
egg. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
But oh my God, Mo is unbelievable. I see her a lot, periodically at parties and events and stuff for her and her husband. And
that's awesome.
She's just crazy.
She is like a killer. She is such a beast at improv and character commitment. I mean, it's just nuts because
you have to be. That's what improv is. You have to, no matter where it's going, you have to fully commit. And she goes over and above fully committing. She's really amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Did Amy Poehler actually pull her pants down? When there's a mole on her butt?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, just kind of like this. And that was another thing I added. I added the thing where Dexhart's looking, he's trying to see her butt.
I know. I was like, wait, did she actually show her butt to literally everyone? Because I wouldn't put it past Amy Poehler.
There was no butt showing.
Right.
There was no butt showing. She just kind of pulled down a little bit. And
okay. Yeah, and I think that they had, am I wrong in saying that they had a little bit of a blurred moment too, I think, to try to make it look like she actually
did. Make it look like she pulled it. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Dexy's trying to get a quick, cheap thrill.
Oh my God. That is amazing.
Are any of those
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, Holly. Are any of those lines there? Because the three of you having the improv background, when it's you and Mo and Amy, are any of those lines improv, or was that all scripted?
I think in fact, I'm almost positive when she said, "It's like I'm invisible."
All right.
At the end, she's like, "I'm invisible," because we were looking at each other, and Amy's just pissed.
Yeah.
Right.
You look great, sweetheart. I think she added, "It's like I'm invisible." I think that was hers. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
That's so cool. Yeah.
A little button. We like to get us actors like to get our little buttons in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to try it, because they can
Thank
always.
you. It was mine. Yeah.
Because they can always cut it afterwards.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. And like I said, they did a lot, and there was a lot of stuff. And I think one of the few that actually made it in, I wasn't in the scene, but I remember seeing this and just dying. And it just shows you how funny Pratt is. When he said, Leslie, I typed in your symptoms into this bar here, and it says you have you may have network connectivity problems.
Right. That's such
improv.
a famous improv line.
Yeah. I think
can't believe it.
there's a writer that came out and said, this guy makes me hate my job.
Oh, it was Mike Schur.
Yeah,
Mike
because
Schur,
he's
I
like,
think, said
when the guy can improv better.
Yeah, he said, I kept it because it was so brilliant, but I was so pissed off that I didn't think of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They were at the Paley Fest. I remember that interview. And
I was there.
Were talking. Oh, okay. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he was like, what? Like, I am writing and busting my ass to try to come up with something. And then this guy just comes up with something off the top of his head.
Yeah, I was at the Paley Fest that evening. I was in the audience, and
that's so cool.
That was a madhouse. That was the moment I really realized that this show had just exploded. I mean, I was in the lobby before the thing, and it was just like, I wasn't mobbed, but I mean, people were just coming up right and left. And then we had the party afterwards, which I think Jay touched on. And, I hadn't seen these guys in a while. And it just shows you how wonderful they are. I mean, Amy, I was talking with Amy and Rashida, ran them as they were, in one of the rooms, and I came out. We chatted for the longest time, just so lovingly. And then Chris comes around, and I said, Chris, Kevin Symons, Dexhart. The guy gives me a bear hug, the biggest freaking movie star in America. And the guy's like, oh, man, it's so good to see you. How are you, buddy? That sort of thing. So
that's so sweet.
Genuine, same with Aubrey, everybody, just really, really great. It was great to see everybody because Randall was there. Dean was there. I talked to Dean for the longest time. He's such a great guy, and he's done so well. He had his hands on everything on that show.
Oh, my God.
Him and Morgan Sackett also.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very.
Yeah, Morgan Sackett is one of the ones that's in the wall of black and white pictures of men for council members. Yeah. They actually show him like in Girls Club in the first season. And so he had a little cameo, which I thought was really hilarious.
I love doing that. They brought me in for a photo shoot.
Oh, nice.
They did the hair and the whole bit. They brought me in just for like 1 hour to do the photo shoot, to have I have a picture of it somewhere on my phone, right? It was
your councilman picture.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Did you have to do a separate photo for the newspaper, or did they just take that from the shot?
They took that from a shot, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure where they got that from, but that was really, really funny.
That is so crazy. Really oh my gosh. Okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, because I was going to move on to the filibuster episode, because that's one of my most favorite ones that you're in. Because first of all, there's a gong, there's a margarita machine, she's on roller skates, like so many things.
Much is happening.
It was like watching a whirling dervish. She was just, it was so funny. And that was co-written by Harris, by the way, who very sad to hear about him. I saw him do stand-up. Actually, I went to see Nick do his one-man show at Largo, which is a club here in Los Angeles, where a lot of those guys perform from the show. And he opened for Nick doing stand-up.
That's amazing.
And then not long after, where he was gone. And he co-wrote a good majority of the episodes I did.
A lot
Wow.
of them.
He
Yeah.
was
And he
there a
also
lot.
story edited a lot of them as well.
He
So
was in
he
the
had his
show
hands
as
in
one
it.
of
Yeah.
the animal control guys.
Yep. That's
Yes.
him. That's Harris.
But yes,
So good.
Filibuster was just hilarious. Where wasn't she supposed to be? He threw a party for her, right? And she couldn't.
Yeah, so she was throwing a roller skating party for Ben,
right.
and then
That's right.
Jam untabled the meeting on voting.
Yes,
That was the episode with the coffee, because she
Yes,
was like,
right.
"I vote we table this so that so that we can, because they're trying to get the Eagleton people to not
Right.
vote in the next
Mhm.
election for
That's
council
right.
members."
That's right. That was the coffee scene. That's right. Exactly right. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
the reason. And speaking of filibusters, I was there when Patton did his 15 or whatever it was, 8-9
Yeah.
minute
My
the thing about the J.J. Abrams
Yes.
Star Wars, which nobody knew he was going to go.
Oh my God.
Because
And he improvised that whole thing, right? Like,
the whole thing. He
Oh my
never
gosh.
stopped talking. And while he was talking, the director's running around going, "Get up or first look bored. So we're all saying, okay, now just get up and start leaving. Just walk away. And so we were all just like, and then for a while, look interested. And then it was jaw dropping. I think it's online somewhere.
it is. Yeah, it's on YouTube for sure. I watched it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, it was, and I love him, and he is another incredibly nice guy. I caught up with him at the Paley Fest. We used to shop together over here I used to run into him at the local pavilions over here in Burbank all the time.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, with him because I loved his stand-up comedy for years.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I know.
but-
I always try to tell people that are Parks and Rec fans, like, a lot of people of the co-stars on there are like amazing improvisers and stand-up performers and have specials that no one's ever seen before.
Mhm.
And I'm like, don't sleep on these people. Like, go watch them. Like Jenny Slate. Oh my gosh, all of those. Ben
I
Schwartz.
love
They have
her.
stand-up specials and things. Yeah, exactly. And I'm just
So
like,
much.
and it's amazing that they're getting this recognition through Parks and Rec. But I'm just
Oh, yeah.
but go watch their actual like stand-up shit. Like, it's so good.
and improv stuff. Like that's what Ben is doing at Largo. He's playing Largo in like a week or so. He's doing
Oh wow.
Ben Schwartz and Friends. Yeah. So, and Patton's going to be there too. He's doing Patton Oswalt and Friends. So it's a great place to go down and check people out, trying new stuff. Or Collins is there all the time. So that's really a hoot. For those of you visiting Los Angeles, go to Largo, La Cienega.
I haven't been there. I lived in LA for about 5 years, and I never got a chance to go down there. So I gotta make a special trip to go.
I'll
Yeah,
go with
that's
you.
right, you
That
were in
sounds like
LA.
a blast.
Yeah,
Yes, Maddie and I will go.
And you guys went to Berkeley School of Music. La di da. I was actually, I was a music major my first year and a half of college.
Oh
Wow.
wow! What
That's
was your
awesome.
concentration? Like, what'd you play?
Opera performance, choral directing.
Ooh, dang.
Oh,
That was not what I would have
to get
picked.
to that part.
Well, I was always in the chamber groups when in high school, all my choirs. I'm a singer. And
Okay.
then I started getting into musicals. That's what got me into theater. I was a painfully shy child. Painfully. Like I had like two friends. I was very introverted. And then I got cast in the Pajama Game in high school in the comedy role, and I was scared to death. But my choral teacher said, "You need to audition for this," and I did, and I got cast. And all of a sudden, when I was on that stage and my pants fell down and the whole audience laughed because that was the bit that was supposed to happen, it was like, oh, this is great.
Oh my
And all
God,
of a
such a
sudden I had
joke.
two people who knew me, and overnight it was like everybody knew me. I was like, this is a burst out of my shell.
Oh my gosh.
I got bitten, and that was it. And then I just, get
Oh my gosh. Yes, theater brings people so far out of where they would have been
But
before.
I
you
went in
know?
as a music major, but I'll tell you what killed me was music theory.
Mhm. Oh, it kills everybody.
The mathematics of music, it was so flipping hard for me. So
It is really hard. It was hard for me too. I mean, there are I would say there's probably like 10% of people who are really good at it and it just comes naturally. And most of those people are piano players. That's why I say that every single musician, including vocalists, because vocalists are musicians too, should know how to play the piano or at least know the notes on a piano. I mean, I'm not a person at all that like can just sight read and, but it's very important. And Berkeley didn't have, that was something I was a little mad about and had to fight to get into a keyboard class, because it wasn't required for every single major.
Sure.
And I get it because it's Berkeley and a lot of it's performance and you're doing so many other things. So like I totally get it, but I feel like it should be required to learn how to play.
I had to when I was
one class.
I was opera performance major. I had to take piano classes. I had.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. You should have to be able to, or like, I shouldn't have had to fight to get in.
I don't remember a dang thing, but.
But while you're studying a music education, that is the only instrument that you can see everything visually, and it's so important.
100%.
But yeah, I did love Berkeley though. I didn't mean to drag Berkeley, but
no. Well, I'll tell you, like music theory wise, like I'm a classically trained violinist, so I've been doing theory since I was 5. And still getting there. The traditional theory made sense to me, but you get into the jazz theory and it's like, whoa. No. I've been told all these rules. Why did they not apply
now
here?
You throw them out the window because it's jazz.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's a level of, yeah.
So I always think about Angela Kinsey's line in The Office where she's like, just play the right notes.
That's right.
Jazz is so stupid.
Yeah, so that's when I changed majors, because I was already doing so much theater in my college, and I just was a non-major, and so I officially changed majors after about a year and a half, and never.
Where was that again? Cal State Fullerton, you said?
Fullerton, yeah. I was accepted at UCLA, but I wanted to be on the main stage as an undergraduate. And to get on the main stage, you really kind of had to be a grad student. So because at the time I wasn't a theater major. So I went to Cal State Fullerton because my choral directing teacher had gone to Cal State Fullerton. I got accepted there. And actually they have a fantastic theater program there. Absolutely fantastic. And ironically, it was the right choice because one of my main mentor professors there, who directed a lot of the shows that I did, especially, his name was Don Finn, and his wife was Mally Finn, she's passed now, but she was probably the number 1 or number 2 casting director in town in Los Angeles.
Okay.
She cast all of James Cameron's films. In fact, she cast me in my first movie, Terminator 2.
Oh, wow.
And she took me under her wing, and God bless her, again, Amy and a couple of the people, Randall Einhorn, and she cast me in several things when I was just getting started, just out of college. I didn't even have an agent, and she got me work. And I will always be grateful for her, because she helped my resume early on, just out of college. And that's because she had seen every show I had done in college and was like, this kid's good. He just needs to, because at the time they didn't teach you how to act for TV and film. So I go into audition for some role I didn't get. And I read for it, and just in her office, just her and I talk about somebody that believes in you. I did the scene, and she goes, that was really great for the stage version. Now we're going to try it for the film version. So I want you to bring everything way down. And that's where I got my very first lesson, the difference between the theater acting and TV film acting.
Yeah, it's a completely different world. And people who aren't actors don't really understand it, because of course you wouldn't really be thinking about that. But in theater, you're acting for the whole audience, and you're trying to go to the back of the last row. But TV film, all you got to worry about is your scene partner. And it's really hard.
Yeah, it's all in there. It's all in the face. Yeah.
That's nuts. That's amazing, though, that you got to actually talk to an actual casting director about it, too, because so many people are in classes that, might not get that same atmosphere or environment as being in the room with the CD.
One of those many, many things that happen throughout your career. There's a lot of bad, but believe me, there's a lot of disappointment. There's you got to learn to love the word no. It's the first thing I tell them. You got to learn to love it, and it's got to roll off your back like a duck. You just cannot hold on to it, or you will drive you, or it's not the business for you.
Right.
And even as I've been doing this for a long time, and I still get down in the dumps sometimes if something doesn't work out or whatever. But then you get people like Mally, and you get onto a show like Parks and Recreation. It just changes your whole life for the better.
Right.
And I've gotten other roles because of Parks and Rec, and I've been recognized for things. I remember when I got the show I did after Parks was done, I did a Disney series. I was the dad on a Disney series called Best Friends Whenever.
Yeah, I just sent Maddie a clip of that this morning.
Yeah, I played Norm.
Norm Marcus.
And the dad, of course, I play a lot of dads. I play a lot of dads. It's ironic because I played such a sex pervert on Parks and Recreation.
Right.
No, I was thinking that.
So I get cast on this as the dad on the show, and I walk into for the first day, and all the kids that are playing my kids and the neighbors' kids, they all go, "Oh my God, are you playing Norm?" I said, "Yes." Guys, Councilman Dexhart is playing Norm. All went nuts.
Awesome.
And then I found out that the guys who created the show, like their favorite show was Parks and Recreation. And they're like, when I walked in, they're, "We can have Dexhart as Norm? This is unbelievable." Because the two girls that played the best friends, one was an Anne and one was a Leslie.
There you go.
That's what they.
That's
that's
our
what
story.
They created.
Yes.
That's your story.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How was was that in front of a live audience, Best Friends Whenever?
No, that was a block and shoot, no audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So they got a little bit of a laugh track.
Just a lot. Well, yeah, it was a laugh track on the show, and all of these Disney shows. I've done a ton of Disney shows, Nickelodeon shows. I've been recurring on a bunch and had other ones. The producers and the writers they'll go ha ha ha. They'll laugh.
They'll add it
where the laugh is supposed to be.
Sure.
So,
so that you get some like real reaction to it.
Right,
And
where to pause and then when to continue on and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's really cool because then you can kind of combine like TV, film, and theater together. I always think about that with studio audiences.
Right. Well, again, that's true because I mean, let's face it. I'm sure you've seen your share of Disney shows, Nickelodeon shows, and they ain't subtle. They're pretty big. They're pretty broad. Whereas you get you get Parks and Rec.
Very over the top and campy
Donna, I'm a really big fan of your writing. A really big fan. That very intimate. You get what he's saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Did you guys drink any of those margaritas in the filibuster episode? Do you remember? Was that like a real thing?
It was a real thing if you like to drink disgusting sugar water crap. No.
I didn't think there'd be alcohol in there because of the budget, but
they look good though, don't they?
They looked perfect.
Yeah, they looked
real great when it was being poured on Jam's head.
Yes, exactly.
My curls.
What was interesting is the writers for a while kind of partnered Jam and Dexhart. They kind of made them this evil force against Amy for a while, against Leslie for a while with the the high-fiving and the I second it. It was funny. Jam just Glazer is.
I know that was
what a
literally
guy.
The next question. Like, how is it working with him? Because he is such a beast as well with improvising. I know you touched on it a little bit already, but
talk about fearless. This guy will make himself look like an utter and complete buffoon ass. He is in your face, which is amazing because John is not like that. He's the nicest guy with a couple of kids and a wonderful wife and just kind of lives life. But he is fearless in that very abrasive way that he has, which was perfect for Jam.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was until he got hired to do I was like, this guy, who is this guy? He's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of those when I didn't super notice anything that he'd done on IMDb just because of me. That wasn't, I guess, I wasn't in his audience, until Parks and Rec happened. But then when I started researching him, which this is literally, I feel, every person on Parks and Rec, I was like, oh, but they do improv and then they create this sketch show or they create this short video or whatever it is. And I'm like, oh my God, of course. Like Aziz was on Human Sketch or Human Giant rather, which is the sketch show, which is, every person in that sketch show has been on Parks and Rec. And so I was like, oh my God, that's why. It just like creates this wonderful comedy community when you look at it from the outside and not as a fan of Parks and Rec necessarily, but like as a research perspective, it's so fun to see that everybody is in this community together.
And it is astonishing how many people have their roots in improv. And for anybody listening that is trying to get into acting, trying to get into this business, the entertainment industry, as an actor, I cannot recommend enough to take improv classes because it's I was going to say almost required. It's required now. They want to see where you studied on your resume. Like I've got IO West on mine. They want to know where you studied, how long. Everybody wants to see improv because it's becoming more and more regular, especially in commercials.
Yep.
Where they want you to kind of write the end of the bit. They say, and then just kind of come up with a button at the end. So you're writing all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. When we were doing Chevy with Randall, we wrote, I mean, the writers were writing episodes. We wrote or rewrote a ton of episodes. We'd improv. Randall, this is great. So if we shot 3 commercials in a day and we had an extra 2 hours or 2.5 hours, again, creative, Randall would say, okay, guys, come on in this office and we're going to talk. And Randall said, I have this idea for a spot where, you know, this happens and this happens. So let's just run it and improvise it. And we would improvise it and work on it for like 15, 20 minutes. He'd go, great, let's go shoot it. And we would just add another commercial to the day because we had written it. We had written the spot, improv the whole thing and shot it. That's what you got to have these days. That your chops as an actor, you've got to have that ability to think very fast. That's what improv really does. And, you know, and to not feel like, oh, I made the wrong choice or I shouldn't have done that. It doesn't matter. It's where it takes you in any given situation. And
it's such a collaboration too, because you have to be listening. Like that's like 101, you know, not only yes and, but what are you yes anding to? You know what I mean?
It's usually you and standing up there with one other person, sometimes 2 other people with nothing. And it still gives me butterflies. I know.
It's so nerve-wracking.
Maybe the written word, but I really enjoyed it. But it's definitely something that you really have to hone. And you don't ever perfect that, I don't think. But and again, watching John Glazer and Amy Poehler, it's just incredible. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I recommend honestly improv to anyone. Like I don't think that you need to be like an actor to do it. I definitely think that if you are going to be an actor, I 100% agree with you where like commercials for sure just want you to be able to think on your feet. But I always say like I commend people that do I know some corporate offices have this as like a thing where they take classes and it's just like, it gets you out of your shell. It makes you stop being in your head so much.
Right. When I took beginning over at IO, a lot of the people were either, you know, their company wanted them to do some speaking at some event or to, you know, be able to talk in a big group of people and people just not able to do that. And so they would put them in there or the person themselves would put themselves in there just to get better at what they were able to do. Oh, it's huge. It's very important, especially if you are a control person. Which I was for a long time. Like, you know, if it wasn't exactly what you wanted, you gotta leave no out the door because you gotta be super flexible. Kills the scene immediately.
Yeah. Oh, that's so crazy. I know I had a classmate that did the same situation where I think was it his office maybe that was like actually paid for him to be in classes, and I was like, oh my god, that's so effing cool. I think that is so needed, especially if you're like briefing people or you have like an office where you have to really stand up for yourself kind of thing. Like it just gives you some confidence, and I will say it's really sucky at the beginning because it's so scary.
It's really scary, and sometimes you go home and go, oh man, if I just done this instead of that.
Yeah.
That's death. You got to be, because if you're thinking about, even in a scene, if you're thinking about what you didn't say, you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water.
Totally.
Got to move forward.
Right. And that's why everyone's so committed to their character in Parks and Rec too, because you have to be, like you said, with Mo, like she and you and Jay and everybody. It's just like they are their character. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Very, very defined. I felt everybody was really very, very well defined.
Yeah. So how many days for each episode were you on set? Like, were you just there for like one day, or did you have to go back like for the whole week, or what was that?
Let's see. The first practice date was one day. I was purchased for the week. They call it top of show, where they buy you for the week. So you go in whenever they need you to go in. So because on Christmas Scandal, I had multiple days on Christmas Scandal because there were so many scenes in so many different locations. in Anne's house, and then of course in the restaurant, which I will
Right.
put that name for you, by the way.
Okay.
And
I'll follow up.
so multiple days on that. And then I think I would get usually one, sometimes two. I remember there was another episode where I had a couple of scenes. One was looking at Jam's car, I think.
Oh, yeah. That was like
Well,
literally 2 seconds.
Yeah. But we shot that because it was a different thing. And, so we kind of were going in and out of that one. And
I got a Japanese girl to sit in it once.
yeah.
Or was it Chinese? I don't know.
He's into the Japanese culture. That would check out.
Yeah.
I think it was that
Oh my
episode
God, what a
actually
dumbass.
that Morgan came up to me and said, want to give you a heads up. Amy's writing a really good episode for you, which was Second Chance, which he said, and she's writing another scandal for you. So it's the next episode. So just be on the aware. It's really funny and it's really good. And I was like, oh, great. And it was, and ironically, it was the 100th episode.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It was she wrote the 100th episode with Michael, and blessed me with that fabulous text-mexting. And
Oh my God. Kevin, wait, hang on. I'm pretty positive I recorded this because I wanted I knew you'd remember it, but I'm pretty positive I recorded a piece of it because I wanted our audience to like refresh. Because this scene, I was like, we need to remind everybody how amazing this was. Hang on, let me see if this
yes,
is
please.
it. Oh, this is Darcy. Darcy's life. I recorded that too. We'll talk about it in a
My
moment.
first series, my very first show.
That
can't wait
doesn't
to talk
sound
about
like
that.
Parks and Rec.
That's
What?
not right. Maddie's like, is that Holly singing? Okay, hang on, wait.
And inappropriate texting, sexting, and text-mexting, which is where you send photos of your junk from the restroom of a Chili's to go. Ew. Does this make me a bad boy? You tell me. No, really, tell me. It gets me off when women tell me that.
He's reading this. He wrote this down.
I sent these texts to roughly 100 women under the following pseudonyms. Enrique Shockwave, Willie Dynamite, Lee Harvey Teabag. Well, at least you won't have to...
It goes on, and then you say Anthony Weiner at the end.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got a little scoop. I've got a little nugget
Yes.
Oh my God, tell
that
me
I've
everything.
never told anyone before. And I'm going to read them to you now. And I apologize to your audience because they're a little risque.
Oh my God, we have an explicit warning. Are you fucking kidding me?
There were other ones in the script, which I have the script here. I will read to you. And then Dean, who was Dean was directing, and I said, I have a feeling I'm going to write some more. I'm going to write a whole list of names just in case, because Dean had said, I want to keep you talking while we got to keep you talking while they have this little scene going on between Amy,
Yeah.
and so
Leslie and Ben are talking like while you're in the background.
while I'm
Yes,
doing
okay.
things. So they wanted me to keep adding names and adding names and adding names. So the ones in the script, yes,
Get ready, everybody.
the ones that they didn't cut out, but you can't really hear that were in the script, in addition to Lee Harvey Teabag, I believe is that one. And then there's Lieutenant Willem Von Penis, Sir Thrust-a-Lot.
No.
And then I came up with like 5 or 6. I can only remember 2 of them. One was Ben Bernanke, because Ben Bernanke was the Treasury Secretary at the time. So I came up with Ben Bernanke. And my personal favorite, which is a twist on Harry S. Truman, it was Harry Ass True Man.
Oh my God. Harry ass true man.
Wow.
Harry Ass True Man.
Oh.
And of course, Anthony Weiner. Again, you can't write it better than Anthony Weiner, who's in the middle of a sex scandal at the time.
Yes.
Right. That's literally
In
his
case
name.
people don't remember who Anthony Weiner, which is the perfect name for a guy involved in a sex scandal.
Yes.
He was sending pictures of his junk to other people.
Oh my gosh.
That was
So good.
amazing. I'm gonna add in so much applause in that one.
Yes. My favorite line in that is when Leslie just comes in and she's like, he wrote this.
Yeah, who wrote
Right.
that?
Like, 'cause
I'm reading this
the-
right now.
Yeah,
She
the
wanted
way
me
you
to kinda
deliver
have-
it is
and I have the
so.
paper. I kind of have the paper, and I'm like, Let me tell you, Adam told me this. So I ran into Adam. I forget. It may have been. It was at I think it was at the rap party for that season. And Adam said, Kevin, I got to tell you something. When Amy and I were watching it, because they hadn't seen it before, I recorded just the speech. And by the way, Jay was there.
Because he was reporting.
Right now, about his new sex scandal turnaround. So Jay is there with all these extras and Dean, and I'm reading this stuff. I'm doing my speech and then adding all these names, including the ones I was doing. Jay had his hands over his. He was convulsing. The camera guys were like, you could.
He was laughing so much.
Dean was howling, and Dean wrote me some more stuff too, which we just added on just to keep going and going. We didn't know how much they would need, so but they were. I mean, it was such funny stuff. So Adam said, Amy and I were watching this. It was the first time we were shooting. The first time we had seen the footage on the screen. They actually it was on the TV. And he said, we couldn't get through it. We could not get through our scene. We were laughing so freaking hard. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Brilliantly funny. And
that's so great.
Back to Cameo, some of the things I get requested most, like I'll say, if it's for a wedding, I'll say, I'm so glad that I'm going to be there. That you want me to be your best man at your wedding, Jim. And I was extra happy to hear that you're having a wedding reception at your local Chili's to go. I love to spend a lot of time, text-mexing.
Yes.
And pictures of your junk. Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. Okay, I have a question. This might be silly, but like when you were on the TV doing your reading off, like when you were at the podium kind of thing, that wasn't happening at the same time, right? Like you had already recorded that, and
I shot that a few days before. I think it might have been the first or second day of shooting, and then they edited it, whatever they were going to use, and then put it on the TV, and then they shot their scene while it was playing live.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's what I figured, but I didn't know if it was like a movie magic moment.
When they were talking, there would be no volume, but it would lead in on. They would enhance that later, but they were watching it as it was on the TV.
I know.
But as they were about to do the scene, and they were like, we were weeping. It was so funny.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Oh my God. And because that was I think that was in what, season 6 or maybe it was 5. I can't remember.
I think that was 6. Yeah, that was 6.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say season 5 is like where you're the councilman kind of in the back for the most of the council town halls moments.
Yeah, I get a line. I get a line here, a line there, or again a reaction.
But season 6 was like your time to shine. I was like, yes.
A lot. Yeah.
Which is wild.
And then I got one little brief scene, I think, in season 7. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was glad to have. I mean, it was just anytime. I was like, every time I went in there, it was fantastic. Again, just like a family. I remember because we'd hang out at the craft services table a lot, as actors are wont to do and crew members are wont to do. And I remember the rap party, they would always at the rap parties would show a lot of like a 15-minute, maybe even almost a half hour outtakes, bloopers, that sort of thing. They would put together just for the cast and crew.
Oh, love bloopers.
And what they would do at parks is they would throw in little commercials in the middle of them. One was Perd Hapley's video store or something, and one of them was Joan, I forget what her
Kalamazoo,
yeah, I forget what it was, but for the rap party season 2, they did a video re-election commercial for re-electing Sexy Dexy, Councilman Dexhart, and Nick did the voiceover for it.
Oh my God.
When I was shooting the next season, I said, we were at the Crafty, and I said, Nick, thank you for doing the voice for my re-elect Dexhart commercial for the rap party. He was like, that was delicious. I love doing it. It was delicious.
Oh my God. Nick Offerman, what a guy. I need to watch the Fixing It or whatever it is that he has with Impo. Yeah.
This week. That's the sweetest show. Those two together are absolutely amazing. I saw Nick do his he did a play with with his wife.
Oh, Megan Mullally, yeah.
Megan, yeah.
Tammy.
Yes.
In the show.
Right.
They should have
Megan
done
Mullally,
a scandal between the two of you.
Show here in Los Angeles a few years ago, so we went out to see that. Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, Maddie, that would have been really fun to have a scandal between Megan Mullally, Tammy, and Dexhart.
Dexhart.
That's right. Yeah. Who could out sex scandal one another? Yeah. I mean,
right. That would
he's
have been
so
great.
aggressive sexually, and he's a freak, as he actually says at one point.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's some really dirty stuff, and I'm a freak.
Yeah, right. Some things I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. This was when Donna was tweeting from the Parks and Rec Twitter account.
That was
right?
when Aubrey's when she was going to become. She was going to be
in the animal control. Yeah, and we're reading from Chris Pratt and her emails. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my husband.
He's my husband. Still, they were very graphic and appreciated by all of us.
Yes.
Oh, right. Oh my God, love that. Well,
man.
Who directed the majority of your episodes? Do you remember, or
Yes,
was it all different?
Craig Zisk,
Okay.
who I had worked with. He created. I think he was creator and co-creator of the show I did. I had a recurring on called the United States of Tara.
Okay. Okay.
Which was on Showtime.
Okay.
Craig directed 2 of them, and then Dean, I think, directed 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
Yomer Taccone directed one. Do you know who Yomer is?
I don't.
He's in that 3-person rap group with Andy Samberg.
Oh, sure.
Oh my gosh.
Lonely Island.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, right.
Duh.
Yeah. That's
Oh my
Yomer.
gosh. Yes. But was he the one in Parks and Rec? Because one of those guys
No.
is in Parks and Rec as the Grizzle guy.
No. Yomer was never in it. Yomer directed a couple of episodes, I think.
What's his name? Yomer what?
His father is the artistic director for Berkeley Rep. Worked for Saturday Night Live, and he directs so much television now and film. It's incredible. I think he directs a couple of films. Yeah, but he
It's
was
spelled with a J, Holly.
lot.
Oh, I see it. Yes, Jorma Taccone. Okay, I see him. Yeah, Jorma's the Grizzle guy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
he's
he
the
is.
Yeah, he's the one that
wasn't-
like
he wasn't in-
skateboards away on his
Yeah.
iPad.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're stealing people's
I had
information.
No idea he directed it too.
Who was? I'm trying to remember. I was trying to think of his name the other day. Who's the guy that you can just order this online. You can get.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name. You can buy
He's
tools
great,
online.
though.
I'm actually watching Iron Man 2 right now
Yeah,
for
you
free.
can watch Iron Man 2 right now. You don't need a video store. I'm actually getting it. I love
They
that.
lift.
Yes. Oh my God, that's awesome. I'll say that what his name is in our recap moment. That's hilarious.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So there was this other cut clip because speaking of Peacock, they have been releasing all these producers cuts now for
great.
not only Parks and Rec but for The Office too.
Oh, great.
So there's a bunch of cut scenes. We just talked to Jim Meskimen, who is the What I guy, is what we call him.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, so they had a talent show moment, and it was Purd doing slam poetry, and it was him doing impressions because he's an impressionist, and so he was doing like these bad impressions to kind of like be in the character of this guy.
He
So
does
I
a
was
lot of really good in real life. He's very good. I've seen his stuff on YouTube, and I've been in auditions with him before and stuff. He's really, really great. Yeah.
Yeah, he has this whole like little YouTube moment too where he does impressions with his wife and his kids and all this stuff. But okay, I wanted to play this cut clip because I wanted to share with our audience, and I wanted to ask you about it if you remember it. But hold on, let me play it.
You should know about the other councilman. Councilman Hauser is reasonable. Councilman Milton is a 106-year-old racist, but if you give him a sleeve of saltines, he'll be putty in your hands. Councilman Jam is a corrupt dentist with terrible hair. And watch your back around Councilman Dexhart. Why, is he very sneaky? No, I mean literally. He takes pictures of women's lower backs and puts them on Twitter. He's a perv.
Oh my gosh.
Because she's explaining to Kristen Bell's character who takes Leslie's place
that.
in the council.
Yep. When she's kind of getting her situated to take over for her, right? Yeah.
Oh, right. And I was wondering if you had heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know
from
that was going to be in there?
Yeah. Was that from the deleted scenes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember when I did know about that actually. Yeah.
Okay.
It was in the script.
Yeah.
So when I'd read that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I thought that was so
great.
funny because they are so detailed and putting you guys in every part of it, even if you're not in the scene. They talk about
I knew about that. Maybe I did. No, I feel like I either seen that before. Well, I'm pretty sure I've seen that before because I remember when she was referencing everybody and who they are. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought that was really funny that the other, like the older guy, the older councilman is like dyes his hair by the end of it too.
Milton.
Yeah.
It was James Green played him. He just passed away a couple of years, a year and a half ago. Yeah, I knew Jim before we did this.
Wow.
I knew his wife when I used to do theater at Los Angeles Theater Center. His wife was a stage manager there, and you'll know her. And I knew Jim. Ironically, my brother went to Cal State Fullerton after me. And Jim was brought in to play the lead in You Can't Take It With You. My brother was in. He was a guest actor. So I've known Jim for years.
Wow.
He worked with everybody. I love in season 7 when they come back and we've jumped into the future, remember?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this black wig on and he's got like a Walkman or something or like what is it? An iPad
or what,
iPod.
Yeah. Well, whatever the equivalent of that they did in Parks and Rec, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. Oh my God, that's wild. My jaw was dropped the entire time when you were talking about him. I did not know that. Rest in peace. Pour one out. He was great. So hilarious.
Yeah,
it was great. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They all were. Yeah. In Yvonne's,
totally.
he played the main. Which one was the main? What was the character that was
Hauser?
Hauser.
Right?
That's right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, do you have a favorite time on set? Like, do you have a favorite episode that you were in, or were all of them kind of okay?
Or
good, rather, not okay.
Yeah, well, Christmas Scandal holds a very dear place for me because there was so much, and the scene, should we, and all that, and the scene within Pawnee, today, or Pawnee Today, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Joan.
With Joan.
That was so much fun to do, just hiding around the thing and then having her being so shocked. It was delicious, as Nick would say. It was great. And of course, I will always be grateful to Amy for writing me into the 100th episode. That was just wonderful. Yeah.
That makes my heart so happy to hear.
I've got so many moments and so many episodes I love that other characters were in. Of my stuff, those were by far my favorite. Probably the one with my kid's birthday party too. But
yeah,
there's a moment that I swear to you, every time I see it, I am doubled over and weeping. And that is when Ron's got to eat a banana. And he's got to get more potassium in his diet. He's been really sick. And at one point, like when he peels it, something sticks on him. He's like, he's trying to get the thing off of his
little piece off his finger.
Yeah. And he stuffs it in a burger at the end. He's like,
in a burger. Then he's
like, ladies.
That kills me every time.
That's so amazing.
They're chock full of, every episode is chock full of a little moment that is unbelievable. Like there was not an episode, and again, I still am huge fan of the show. I wasn't like one of these guys that comes in, I do my guest star, I did a topic show on NCIS, and NCIS is a great show. Did I watch every episode? No. But I watched every episode of Parks, and I still do, because every episode I'm doubled over in laughter at least one moment, and every single episode.
Yeah. And I find that it really bonds everybody that's watching it too, because I think that with The Office, it was a little bit more polarizing in the sense where, like, if you don't get it, you don't get it, unfortunately. Which,
if you don't have that kind of sense of humor. And watch the English one. Jeez, talk about
right. Well, because I'm saying that because my dad and I can really watch Parks and Rec together, but he doesn't get The Office. And so I was like, oh man, maybe you won't get Parks and Rec. But I put it on one time when he was around and when he was visiting, and we like could actually bond over that. And I was like, oh wow, like we're very opposite. Well, maybe we're more similar than we think, but you know, it's nice to have something that you can bond over. And the fact that Parks and Rec played a huge role in that is a huge deal. And I'm not alone in that. That's not a unique situation. So many people can bond over this one show. It's amazing.
I agree. I really
feels
agree.
like home.
It's true. And I think that's why it has such universal appeal at this point now. I mean, so many other countries have it. And that shows you how universal these characters are and the situations are, because, you know, which might not happen with The Office. I'm sure The Office is very big. I know it is. But, you know,
it's just a different vibe. It's similar, but it's a different vibe.
This has more. Parks has a humanity, it's got heart. It's got so much heart.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this character of Leslie Knope. My gosh.
Yeah.
The most positive, uplifting.
Yeah.
Always sees the good in people.
Hardworking.
Ridiculous multitasker you can ever imagine, with all of the all of the
binders.
Trying to buy from. She was trying to buy the waffle maker, and they were over each other, you know, her and her husband. It's
so good.
Great. So great.
I love that.
Everybody.
Well, I have a question about Darcy, but before we get there, Maddie, did you have any last questions about, or not last questions, but any questions that I skipped over?
And I'm gonna tell you, if you say it's the last question and there's one more after that, I am out of here.
You're walking out the door.
No, I would say the question that I had with Parks and Rec, because I've kind of wanted to ask it with a couple of the other guests we've had, but I think you're the guests we've had that has been in the most episodes. So I feel like this is a really good question for you, because everyone has said that the set on Parks and Rec was really special. Everyone is really kind. Everyone is really welcoming. And it, like you're saying, right, it felt like a family. Have you ever felt that on other sets? Have you ever felt something kind of similar, or was that just really unique?
It is really unique in the grand scheme of show business. Most of the time as a guest star actor, which is what I am, predominantly what they call a journeyman actor. I make my living as an actor. I get my health care through Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA. As a journeyman actor and as a guest star, you got to come in, you got to know your stuff, you got to be good, but you can't be too good to upstage the leads on the show. Because the leads on the show are the leads on the show. You're there to facilitate them. So you got to kind of be this. You got to be good, but you can't be too good. But you got to be prepared and hit your mark and do your thing, and then just go away. A lot of sets, you get there, you say hello to the director for 2 minutes, you rehearse a couple of times, you meet the star, whatever. Hi, how are you? You do your scenes, you go home. 2 shows I've worked on that I have said have the best sets, the best atmosphere on the set ever. Parks and Recreation is probably number 1. And awesome. NCIS is right there with it, because Mark Harmon is like Amy. He sets the tone on that show. Everyone is welcoming. Everyone is kind. And it is exactly the same thing on Parks. When people come on and they're a guest star, hey, let me show you where, you know, like Aziz or anybody.
Yeah.
Let me show you where craft is, or this is where we eat, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. When you're sitting in the makeup trailer, sometimes, you know, you don't address the leads. You just don't. You sit in your chair, you shut up.
Right.
Amy's like going, Kev, did you see what somebody put this on the thing, and it's got a whole bunch of Dexhart stuff. Did you see this? And she's showing me the thing on her phone.
You know, so I mean, cool.
Incredible. And not just Amy, everyone. Nick, I told you about when he did the voiceover thing. Chris, always so great. Big bear hug at the reunion thing. I will never forget my first day. I walk in to to get made up, and Aubrey is in there, and she says, "Hi." She said, "Oh, hi. Oh, great. I'm Aubrey, and welcome, and blah 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 blah." And, you know, completely opposite from the character that
right.
And was so kind and so nice. And again, Paul and Nick complimenting me about, being prepared. And yes, Rashida, when we were driving up to her house, she's like, it was way too easy to get this guy here. Yeah. Well, we had a ton of time sitting in the car to just chit chat about her schooling and
wow,
et cetera, et cetera. And so again, and everybody, Adam, Jim is still somebody I know, because Jim is a journeyman actor too. I mean, was
Jerry,
exactly
Larry,
the
Terry.
same guest star actor as I was. In fact, I'd see him at auditions and all that sort of thing. And Rob Lowe, gracious as all get out. I mean, oh my God. First of all, I'm married, but Rob Lowe is just too damn good looking. He's so freaking good looking.
He's a handsome fella. That's for sure.
I use Rob's face care products now because he did some thing where he's got all this product.
I did not know that.
At my age, I'm putting more cream on my face than on my coffee at this point. But we were at the wrap party for the Paley thing, and my wife was with me, and Rob's walking around, and I said, Rob, Kevin Symons, I played Dexhart. He said, oh, man, it's so good to see you. How are you? I was like, oh, this is my wife, Darby. It's like, I'm introducing my wife to Rob Lowe, and she was like, oh, so nice to meet you.
I've made a mistake.
Right. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure it could be like mundane if you're on a set, like you just anything, even though it's so exciting, can turn into something that might be monotonous since it's a job. But it's amazing that that's how I feel every time we're on the podcast talking to people. I'm like, this is so exciting every single time.
Yeah, and again, it stems from Amy, but it was, and I'm talking about the crew. I still run into crew guys, at this grocery store, and we chat for a long time, like the Grips camera operators.
Yeah.
And I've worked with them on other shows, and we always talk about parts because everyone was laughing all the time. The cameraman, the Grips, everyone was always laughing.
That's
and
amazing.
Again, every time, like if I hadn't had an episode in weeks and I got back there, man, it was like right back to it again. I knew the PAs, I knew the ADs, everybody, and you're all welcome. And it's like, oh, we're all back together again. It literally was like that, especially with the councilman.
Yeah,
we were kind of always together, so we spent a lot of time together. It was great with Amy. It was phenomenal.
Council people.
We talk about everything.
That's so
stuck
great.
On a cruise ship. I mean, just crazy stories that she would have. Great. So yes,
that's so cool.
Absolutely, an absolute joy. Everything you've heard and everything people are always happy to hear that because like going, oh, I always dreamed that, or not dreamed, but I always hoped that it would be a really great set as good as it was to watch, and it really was. It, honest to goodness, was, and you do not get that often.
Well, and it shows on screen too.
Yes,
your guys' chemistry.
It translates.
Yeah. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about this Discovery Channel show, though. Your first ever series regular. Was it your first ever series regular?
My very first series regular, Darcy's Wild Life. It was the first time that Discovery had worked with NBC. So it was an NBC show.
Oh, okay.
They call a tween show for tweeners. And it was the new show that took over for Lizzie McGuire.
Oh,
okay. Lizzie McGuire had finished, and so the guys who were the head writers on that and the creator of Lizzie had this new show called Darcy's Wild Life. So, yeah, that was my very first series. We shot it in Toronto.
Oh, wow.
And I had always been a co-star, guest star, occasional recurring, did a lot of soaps. A lot of soap operas recurring on the Bold and the Beautiful. I was
and the Young and the Restless. Saw that too.
I did every soap on television I've done. Everyone.
That's amazing.
Is that something? Sorry.
But anyway, it was my first series, and I got to play the dad. It was my first time playing the dad, and it changed my career in terms of I was getting seen for a lot better stuff after I'd had a series regular.
Right.
I just got seen for bigger parts. I got into casting offices I'd never been into before. So again, that was a really, really big boost for me. And talk about a rarity in the business. I still know very well Sarah Paxton, who played the lead. She played Darcy. Pretty much a lot of the people that I worked with, her parents are very dear friends of ours now, and she's grown up and married. And so some people for that show, we still, in fact, the creators of the show, are some of our best friends. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really
Wait,
awesome.
Maddie, what were you going to ask about you when he was talking about soaps?
I was going to ask, is it different to prep for a soap opera than it would be to prep for like Parks and Rec?
Very much so, because it's soaps are so specific because you've got multiple cameras on you. Mm-hmm. So if on Parks, you're going to do several takes. On a soap, you're like doing one, and they're catching every actor from a different camera. So you got A, B, and C cameras, sometimes even a D camera. So when somebody gives you a line, they call it a soap opera pause. When somebody gives you a line, you don't answer right away because the camera that's on them has to go off and the camera that's on you has to come on. In other words, they have to switch the shot. So when they finish talking, now the camera switches to me where I go, yes, you are going to live, or whatever it is. Yeah. And so there's that weird pause between when they finish talking and you start saying your next line. Not only that, you want to talk about running by the seat of your going by the seat of your pants. These poor actors that are series regulars, they've got their lines right here, and they're going, okay, and we're rolling, and speed, and they stick it under their butts, and they do the same. I mean, it moves so. You've got to get so much in the can in one day, and they're there from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m, and you got to shoot 30 scenes. I mean, they are moving.
Well, we were talking to Linda Montana about this, who plays Denise Yermley, the one who sings the national anthem and telethon and everything and beauty pageant, because she's done a couple soaps too. And I always say, like, so many people give soap operas like such a bad reputation, but I'm just like, you guys don't understand that it's 5 days a week, every single day, and that's why these stories are all conflated and mixing and twisted and whatever. Because like you have to be, not only like for the writers, but the actors are learning these, like you said, in literally 5 seconds. Like what?
It develops. I'll tell you what it does. It develops bad habits as an actor because you are just literally, cramming lines into your head. You don't have to feel what you're saying. You can feel what you're saying, but you don't have to even believe what you're saying. And you have to be able to turn on the waterworks like that. But, you're and cut. Okay, so we're moving on. And, it just develops because you are cramming lines into your head.
Yeah.
So you don't have time to, where is this coming from? Where is the motivation for this? What is our relationship? You don't have time for that.
What's my want?
Say line, shut up, get on to the next line. I was doing, I don't want to say, I'll just say it, General Hospital. And I think they shoot 50 pages a day, something crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy. So I had 8 scenes in this episode, 2 episodes, 8 scenes. We shot them all in one day. I was called at 7 a.m, and I was home out of wardrobe, shot all the scenes, out of makeup, out of wardrobe, and home by 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my
8
God.
scenes. At one point, we were in the middle of a scene. Somebody drops like a lead bar on the soundstage, just clank, clank, and I'm going, oh, well, we're going to stop. Moving on. We got it. Good. Next. You can hear it on the tape.
Oh, my God.
And they
my gosh.
Yeah, they just don't have time.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Dang.
Nope.
Wow. They need to do a documentary about soap operas, I feel.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. And the actor I was working with, who is very well known on the show, he's one of the big characters. Again, he's got to learn so much dialogue. He would feed me the wrong cue word or line, and which
you didn't know when to come.
I knew when to come in, but he fed it to me so that I had to change the tense of what I was saying. In other words, I had to change what I was saying because of the wrong line he was feeding me.
Oh, right.
Moving on.
That made sense.
Moving on.
Wow. Did you have a lot of lines in those shows as well? I mean, you said scenes, but I didn't know if you were in scenes just in the background, or were you speaking a lot?
Oh, no. These were huge.
Okay.
When I was Bold and the Beautiful, I did 2 months on Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
I played a lawyer, and I'll never forget. I played a lawyer. I was hired for 2 or 3 episodes, and then I got called into the casting director's office, and she said, "Good news, you're going to trial." You're going to be around for a while.
Right, you got some big scenes. I sent my mom your name because she watches Bold and the Beautiful. She hasn't responded back yet, but she watches Bold and the Beautiful, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're talking to someone from Bold and the Beautiful? What? What's his name? What did he play?" And so I can't wait till she responds. I'll let you know.
I remember my wife and I were in Italy a few years ago, and our travel agent sends little briefs of, because my wife is a TV director producer, and then they'll send little snippets of who's staying. Our travel agent is great, and they send little snippets of who is staying. These people are. Here's what they do in the United States. This man's been seen on blah 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 blah. And we get to Florence, and we're checking, and the entire staff comes out to meet us. It's like, what the hell? I know what's going on. I know we have a nice room, but come on. And so I was like, what's going on? They're giving us gifts. And so finally I started talking to people as we were just finding out where we're going to go and that sort of thing. And the one lady goes, I got to tell you, I love The Bold and the Beautiful. That's one of my favorite to show. And the other woman said, no, I don't like those soap operas. I loved you when you were on Desperate Housewives.
That's amazing. You got a global reach, dude.
Wow.
That's so cool.
That's amazing.
Oh, my Lanta.
The Housewives.
Yes.
Bold and the Beautiful for a while was the biggest show in the world. It was the most watched show in the world.
Oh, wow. That's insane. I mean, I watched it. I grew up watching it, too, with my mom. So, like, yeah, totally. And I remember they switched the lead guy. I forgot his name. Victor, I want to say. They switched. No, not Victor. Maybe that's Young and the Restless. Regardless, in one of them, they switched the character because I guess one guy wasn't available. It was Ridge.
Oh, Ridge. Yeah, I worked with the first Ridge. Yeah.
Yeah, and they switched him, and I was like, no, what? Why?
It happens all the time. But Brooke, the woman that plays Brooke, is still on that thing. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God, yes.
She's still on. Is it Brooke or I forget?
Yeah, it's Brooke. My sister's name is Brooklyn, and my mom always jokes that she like knew the name Brooke from the show, and like she liked that name, so that's not necessarily why her name is Brooklyn, but like she definitely had that in her head when she named my sister, which is hilarious.
Wow.
That's so awesome. Well, okay, do you want to listen really fast to the theme song of the Darcy moment to remind your memory? Do you remember it?
I remember it. I heard it every week. Yes, I definitely remember it. It was kind of a rap thing.
Yes, it was.
This girl Darcy loves to have fun. She was feeling fine and had been a good time hanging out on the scene. Mom on a big screen, but she moved her way. She's stuck in Hay, the nearest town is 12 hours away. Cows are mooing and many roosters crowing. It's not the same, it's not a game.
It goes on for quite some time, but yeah, it's so wild.
First time I had to do one of those opening credit things where they say and Kevin Symons.
Yeah.
And you stand in front of a green screen and you just kind of do a lot of this.
Right, like nodding and smiling, arms crossed, shrugs.
That's great.
Typical
so
opening credit stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Again, I've been very blessed. I'm having a great career, and
who would have thunk that with all of these streaming services that it's just the gift that keeps on giving, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Parks is definitely. I mean, it just is. People they love it, and
Mm-hmm.
even in Los Angeles, because you think, well, you get spoiled. You see celebs all the time. I mean, people are so nice. They're not obnoxious, and I would say besides Parks, the most recognizability is from the kids shows. Best Friends Whenever, iCarly. I swear to you, people these kids watch these shows over and over. And Henry Danger is like, it's
yeah, you were in that too.
It's like massive. And I had 3 or 4 of those, and it's crazy. People reach out all the time on social media, and they're obsessed. It's amazing.
And you're in all age ranges now because you've got the soap operas, the kids shows, and Parks. So like you've got beginning, middle, and end of their lives.
I probably get asked other than how do you memorize all the lines, which is what everybody always asks you. How do you memorize all those lines? Well, you just do. But everybody says
that's a lot. You create a history, I'm sure. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other question I think I get asked the most is, what do you like doing better? Stage, TV, film, blah, blah. I always say I like doing all of it, and I like doing whatever pays because it's.
Absolutely.
I've done a ton of free stuff, and I still do. You know, I'll do
Yeah.
reading and stuff like that. But you utilize your skills as a commercial actor, as a film actor, as a television actor, as a voiceover actor, which I've done a ton of voiceover. You utilize all those. You approach them differently, but at the end of the year, it's the bottom line of how your year was, utilizing all of the talents and all of the skills that you've picked up over those years.
Yeah.
You know, like Jay, he does so many different things. He's got so many skill levels. Mine all happen to be in the acting world. Fighting never really grabbed me. I was never really that. I like more of a script, and then also improv and all that sort of thing. But yeah, it's kind of, you have to utilize everything, all the gifts that you've been given.
Yeah, and I mean, as an actor, I feel that you have to know how everything works. So you have to have worked behind the stage, or you have to have some serious empathy for the people that are doing everything else around you, and that makes you a better performer. You know,
well, that's why I always tell young actors, even if you're doing extra work or you have a one-line co-star, when you're on set, observe, watch, see how a set works.
Yes.
Who is a grip? Who is lighting guy? Those lighting guys can make you look great or crappy.
Yeah.
Be nice to know the camera people. You know, if you happen to be blessed and you get invited to a rap party or something, go up to the editor and thank them profusely, because they can make or break your episode.
Oh my gosh.
They can make you look great, or they can cut you to not look so great. So
yeah. Do you have a character that you resonate the most with on Parks and Rec?
Yes, you've asked this before. I gotta tell you, I love Ron.
Okay.
I know you probably get a lot of people that say that.
No,
but
not a lot.
Love Ron. It's just so, like, he had to, Ron had to take a course with Aubrey.
April, the Katumps thing with Chris Traeger.
Right. Chris had to teach.
Yeah.
And he was going in there to tell Chris that she won't be taking the course. And then he says, I never had to take it. Oh, and he just looks and goes, well, this didn't go well.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's the greatest person to resonate with, though. I mean, come on, that guy. Amazing. Right. The way they wrote him, too, and like all his skill sets that they put into the show, like with woodworking and everything, too. It's amazing.
Stuff's really good, too. It's really, really good.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm amazed at, when I started doing this little show, whatever practice date was, episode 3 or 4 of season 2, I think.
Yeah.
Early on. And I mean, I wouldn't say unknown, because Amy was known.
Right.
But a lot, Aziz and
They weren't
Aubrey,
names yet.
And I mean, Rashida was known because of The Office, but a lot of these people were not known. And now you're talking about Chris Pratt, who was sleeping in his car in Hawaii, trying to get extra work, and now is like the biggest movie star in the world. And
oh my God,
Adam is gigantic, and Aziz has got Master of None, which is just incredible.
So good.
And Nick is in everything you can possibly manage. So yeah, God bless these people. This show changed a lot of lives.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Well, you have been so gracious with your time.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And I do want to mention very briefly, you have your YouTube channel. Can you please plug that, because you've got a really amazing bartender moment that happens?
I do. I have a cocktail show called It's 5 o'clock Somewhere, Cocktails with Kevin.
Okay.
And also there's a ton of extra Dexhart stuff during the pandemic. I was bored out of my mind. So I did a series of PSAs, public service announcements, about COVID from Councilman Bill Dexhart.
Oh my gosh.
All on my YouTube channel. There's about
How did I miss that?
5 or 6 of them.
Okay.
One where he's exercised. Just check them out.
I will link them in the show notes, and everyone will know.
So my Insta and Twitter is, all of my social media stuff is at the Kevin Symons,
S-Y.
S-Y. Okay. KEVINSYMONS.
Yes. Perfect. And you were just on Blackish, too. I had fun following you.
Yeah.
Did that air already?
Yeah, it was the season finale. I did the season finale of Blackish. It's been great, because I've done a Blackish and a This Is Us. The This Is Us was literally as the pandemic was starting. and Blackish was literally when sets were just opening up again. I was so blessed to be on a set again after being at home for over a year in my office doing Dexhart videos. And
All right. Well, and then speaking of this community too, Vincent Jones, who wrote the theme song that we talked to for Parks and Rec, works on Blackish and Grownish and Mixish and all that stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're creating a Blackish community too.
It's a tiny world of this business. It's a very small place. It really
you just gotta stick around.
Facebook is just Kevin Symons, and then the YouTube channel is the Kevin Symons channel.
Okay.
Watch it a lot. There's a lot, and I have a lot of like Darcy. I got a bunch of Darcy's wildlife stuff. I've got a ton of those commercials that Randall directed on there, the little 30-second ones. So, and I'm adding more career stuff all the time. So check that out. Subscribe if anybody wants to.
Smash that subscribe button, as the kids say.
The kids today. And then of course Cameo, and which is great for connecting. You can always send out a message to whomever you like. And as coming to you from Sexy Dexy. And as salty as you want it, and Memo for our European listeners, and then my credits are on IMDb as everybody else's.
Yeah, totally. That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. Seriously, Maddie, do you have any other questions though?
I wanted to just let you know, because I don't know how much you get this, but my boyfriend,
Kevin's putting his face in the camera.
Yes, I see. My boyfriend loves Nick. He loves Ron Swanson, but his other favorite character is Dexhart, and I don't know what it is, and it makes me a little nervous as to why he likes so many of the inappropriate comments. But you're his, like, every time Dexhart comes up in an episode, he's like, "Oh, I love this guy." So I just thought you should know that.
All I have to say is watch your back. No, really, literally, watch your back. He may be taking pictures of you behind your back.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your choice in man. Because he sounds like a great guy. And I love him already. Thank you.
Yes, he's definitely got the fan base.
Very sweet.
Yes.
Well, I was looking forward to this, and what was really great about it is not only getting to chat with you guys, looking forward to that, but revisiting some episodes that I hadn't seen in a long time, and that was an absolute blast for me. So thank you for that treat.
Oh, I'm so happy that you were able to be here. You were so gracious with your time. This is a Saturday too. Oh, it was so nice talking to you. You
too. Yeah. Thanks, you guys, and I wish you all the best with this. It seems to be growing, as Jay said. You're on lists of top parks things, and
which is crazy. That's nuts.
I love it. This is where we're at now. I think I'm the only person in entertainment industry who does not have a podcast.
I know, literally though.
I'm literally the only one.
You could start one, or you could be a recurring guest on ours. So that's
yes.
I got half mic will travel. I'm ready to go.
Yes.
Anyway, happy Saturday, you guys.
Thank you
so
Break a leg
much.
and all your future things.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yay!
He was awesome.
God, I can't handle it.
Yeah, that was great.
He talked for so long. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me
we got
too.
so many juicy nuggets. He was wonderful.
Well, and I was really happy because I think because he was in so many episodes, we were able to get so much Parks and Rec info out of him. I think more so than some of our other guests. So that was great.
Yeah, I think him and Jay are the top two that we've talked to that are in the majority of episodes. But I also, he's the first council member we've talked to, which is a big deal. You know? So next up is Amy.
I'm going to tell you right now, I am wondering if we could, and we don't have to keep this in the podcast, obviously, but if we recorded a little, like, please come to our podcast thing, the two of us, and sent it to both Amy and Rashida and said, can we have a best friends
reunion?
Like, yes. Like, hey, we resonate a lot with the two of you. Like, could you come on our podcast thing? I wonder if they would be more inclined to do it together.
Yeah. Or I want to do that also with Angela and Jenna. I would love to have a moment with them too.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, a little collab.
Yeah, I definitely also want to. That is 100%. That should go on our list, and we should do that. Like, we should schedule that for our next pod recording moment. And like plan out what we're gonna say. Also, I don't know who to send it to. And that was another thing too. I felt like he'll listen to this, I'm sure, which is wild that he listens to this. This is so exciting.
That made me so
he
happy.
listens to the podcast. Which like also I think it probably started out as research because right, you don't want to go on a podcast that you don't know anything about. But
right.
I really wanted to ask him or tell him like if you see Randall or anyone or Dean anywhere around, can you please tell them that we are like needing them to talk to us? Even if they just want to send in voice memos, I don't even care. I just want to talk to you somehow or send me an email.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding and nice, though, to hear that the set was wonderful and that it was so collaborative. I mean, it really is just proving that everybody is, passionate about what they're doing. And it makes such a difference. And they're friendly. And it's nice. Also, it's very interesting because all the characters that have played, like, sleazy kind of people or mean people, like Mel, the red-faced man, they're not
so cool.
that. You know what I mean? But
well,
like they're so committed to their character because they're having so much fun with it, you know?
Right. Well, and I think it also is heartbreaking, at least for me growing up, if I would watch something and I loved it and then I found out later like that person actually wasn't nice in real life or whatever, right? So like seeing this vibe on Parks and Rec and then listening and hearing that in real life on the other side of the camera, that's exactly what it was like. It's like heartwarming that like this thing that I find peace in and safety and comfort is actually exactly that for everybody else too. So it's very cool.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, so again, follow him on all of his things. He's at the Kevin Symons, KevinSymons. And then his YouTube channel. Let me just look this up really fast. So I tell you, I know he said it, but I just want to repeat it for everyone. It's the Kevin Symons channel. And yeah. Okay. So I'm looking it up and he does a lot of, Councilman cameos that he's been posting. He has a highlight reel. But my thing is he's making all these cocktails and these like mocktails and all these things. He has one that's ginger beer mocktails. Oh my God. I can't wait to.
I love ginger beer.
Me too. I can't wait to try it. I haven't tried it yet. But yeah, so he was so nice. That was so rewarding. I'm so glad. He was so gracious with his time. I can't even handle how much. And then all these people seem so humble. Like when he was talking about like, oh, well, after you talk to Jay, I don't know if I'll be interesting at all. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Like,
do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah.
But he seemed like a super stand-up dude. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, go follow him on all the things. And then if you liked this episode, please, please, please write us a review or share it with someone that also likes Parks and Rec, because I think this is a really interesting conversation to talk about not only Parks and Rec, but also like his life and career before. So that's really cool. And watch all the things that he's been in because he's super dope. And we had a great time with him. So thank you, Kevin, for coming on.
Thank you.
And we will see you when we see you. And yeah, just go back and listen to Jay's also if you haven't heard his. So, but yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Have a great week.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.